restaurant are Makita, right?
Upstairs.
And the material. Right?
Okay, good morning, class.
Ya estamos.
Ya está. ¿Ya? Entra la frega, entra la frega. Daniel, ya. Daniel.
Okay, so we're going to present our management plan and our environmental management plan about coffee crops. So,
Okay, so basically, the general, like, the main environmental issue that we had is that coffee crops invade some environments and some habitats of the animals, killing the flora and fauna, and basically also like the production of coffee crops and the burning of the trees to invade the habitats create a lot of carbon dioxide that goes to the ozone
Layer.
layer, and yeah, and also to dry the coffee beans, they need to burn many wood in order to like dry the coffee beans, so that it's also an issue and releases a lot of carbon.
okay, so our general objective is to make the coffee plantations carbon neutral. So that means that they don't produce more carbon or absorb more carbon than usually the ecosystem would. And also, the method that we're going to use may also increase the coffee production effectiveness. So,
And also,
and reduce deforestation, of course.
yes.
So, with the constant if the constant coffee demand and production that we have nowadays continues, by 2050 we may need to triplicate, I don't know how to say it, triple the amount of coffee plantations that we have nowadays. And as we know, Colombia is the number three world coffee producer, followed by Brazil and Vietnam, and it produces around 8% of coffee production in the world every year. So, what is our solution? What we're going to do in order to solve this problem is to create forest buffers, which means that we're going to plant trees and different types of plants in increasing order from the crops into the our part of the plantations in order to reduce erosion, because buffers can reduce erosion and regulate the water flow. And also, trees serve as carbon dioxide absorbers. And the other solution that we have and we're going to implement.
Is some solar dryers that use solar energy to replace the burning of wood to dry the coffee beans. So basically, yeah, it is to replace the carbon production that it is like produced by burning wood
Exactly.
material.
So, we with this are going to seek agreement from four different institutions. First, the Federación Nacional de Cafeteros de Colombia, that is, well, basically the federation that controls all of coffee production in Colombia. Cafequia, that is a really big coffee producer, especially in the Eje Cafetero. Also, the Ministro de Agricultura and Desarrollo Rural, that we're going to seek their approval for our implementation of the solution. And when we are going to go outwards from Colombia and try to implement this system into other plantations around the world, we're also going to seek the USDA organic signature.
Okay, so basically, where and when we are gonna to implement this management plan. So basically, we will start with the cafetero that includes zones in Colombia such as Caldas, Risaralda, Valle del Cauca, Quindío, and Tolima. And our final objective is to have all major coffee plantations in the world like covered by our plan. Basically, we will start in 2022, and the plan will last ideally 2 years until 2024 in the ideal situation. But we will also like check every 3 to 5 months, like to check the impact that our plan has done, and like we will make adjustments depending on the impact that we have made on the environment by our plan in those 2 years. This ideally, so it will last more or less, like it's depending on how it is implemented. Okay, so we are also going to get the help for three essential laws of Colombia. So basically, the first one is the decree 2811 of 1974, and that law states that. Okay, it basically supports like the waste of materials and carbon dioxide in the environment and the like yeah of the materials. Then we're going to use the law 30 of 1990, and basically that states the protection of the ozone layer by the carbon dioxide and like the reduction of the use of carbon dioxide to the atmosphere. And the other one is the law 611 of 2000 of the 2000, and it like explains the sustain of flora and fauna in the country.
Okay, so an alternative agreement that we may want to implement along with our management plan is that every coffee production farm that makes over 3,000 kilograms of dried coffee beans must maintain a 20%, below 20% percentage of carbon dioxide, and that way maybe we could implement that as a national agreement within the coffee plantations. Yeah.
Okay, so basically these are our models to present our solution. So we will start with this one. So basically, we represent the mountain that is like the ideal space to plant coffee, and our solution to like both the forest buffers and to plant trees surrounding the area, like to absorb the carbon dioxide and to help the deforestation. So basically, yeah, it is the mountain with the crops and our solution. And the other model that we did is of the solar dryer that basically here are the coffee beans that will be dried by the coffee by the solar panels and the heat from the sun from the sun.
Yeah.
Okay, hello. Can you hear me? Hello. Señores, silencio que se van a hacer las preguntas. So, I would like to know what happens. You told us that you're going to plant trees as a buffer to reduce the effect of the plantation on the environment. Can you tell me what happens if the plantation is 80 hectares in size and another one that it's just one? So are you going to manage that, and how does it work?
Yes.
Se van a hacer las preguntas.
Okay. So
I would like to know what happens. We cannot listen to you.
yes, we listen to the question. We're
You're
going to answer you.
plant trees as a buffer to reduce the effect of the plantation on the environment. Can you tell me what happens if the plantation is 80 hectares in size and another one that is just one?
Okay, so basically,
are you going to manage
Okay,
that, and
Yes.
how does it work?
the way we will manage that is by what? Yeah. First, by the checks every 3 to 5 months, but basically, it's to do a layer of trees surrounding the area.
Se van a hacer las preguntas.
Yeah, but every
I would like to know we cannot listen to you.
Yes, we listen to the question. We're going to answer you.
no entiendo, es que se oye doble.
As a buffer to reduce
Se está repitiendo
the
todo.
effect of, the plantation on the environment. Can you tell me what happens if the plantation is
Se está repitiendo
80
todo.
hectares
Es que
inside, and another one that is just one.
Ah, pues,
So
okay,
how
so
La
is,
señora.
are you going to manage that?
Sí, mucho nivel.
How does it work?
The way to manage that is by.
Estamos escuchando.
Es que no alcancé a
By
acabar.
the chicks every 3 to 5 months.
Es él está hablando.
It's to
Es hablar.
Hace como
a layer of trees surrounding the area. Yeah, but
¿Qué putas? ¿Qué? Esto que hablamos hace como 2 minutos está sumando ahí otra vez.
Es demasiado.
Pero de lo que yo veo acá no tienes que hacer.
Yo sé, pero cuando pienso en eso,
no, not like Marvin. Can you tell me what
pero no tanto, güey.
plantation is?
Se repite.
18%.
Es como la quinta vez que se repite la.
Se está repitiendo.
¿Qué la decimos aquí?
¿Te las vas a sacar? Ok.
The way to manage that is by es que no alcancé a acabar.
¿Esto está hablando?
Okay, so this is our project. So our problematic was illegal exportation and importations of animals, especially out Colombia. So from Colombia to other places of the world. So we chose the poster where we have three different solutions and then what solution we chose. So for the first solution, we have the helpline, like a call center, and we have the pros and cons. So the pros and cons of it are that it will be really fast to connect. So, for example, if you need help with an animal that you just found that has been damaged by exportation and importation, you can do it really fast. But sometimes, if you don't have connection on your phone, you can't do it. Then solution number two.
Okay, so solution number two is veterinaries only for animal victims of illegal trafficking. So in this example, like we're trying to do, is to help the animals that are being imported and exported and are being affected by putting them like in veterinaries and all that stuff for like recovering their place and yes.
So then the solution number three is the natural reserve for rescued animals. So here we can see some mountains and a barrier. So the pros that it has is that a lot of animals can get back to the wildlife, but some of the animals get used to being fed and are not likely to get back to wildlife. So our solution for the problem is that we combine the three of them. So the name of our solution is Clinic in the Mountains. It's in Ojos del Salado in Chile. That is a really tall, snowy mountain. The staff that this would take is going to be 10 veterinaries to help the veterinary 5 guards that will help the animals stay inside. If any riot happens between animals, to separate them. 5 scientists to see the process of the animals getting back to wildlife, and 10 receptionists or line centers. So that would be the people that answer the calls. So possible problems. Some animals will not be able to go back to wildlife, but they can still stay in their natural reserve. And some humans may get hurt when stopping interactions. Those are the two possible problems. We
We
also
also
have
here have like the pages and will where you can contact us, like the web page, Instagram, Twitter, and the phone number from Colombia, USA, and Chile, and from us, our email. All these with the purpose of helping the animals that being imported or exported illegally. I help them with their new environment.
also here to have more like a realistic aspect. We wrote no hiring, and we wrote we are looking for 2 licensed veterinaries. We are looking for 1 guard, at least 6'2" and with previous knowledge, and contact us via the different data given. So this is the data given. Um, Yes, and we chose Chile because, as we know, it have like different seasons. But when it's snowing, it's not that cold, so we can have a lot of animals staying there, as the natural habitat is very varied. Then here we have the graphic representation or the model of the natural reserve. As you can see, the green uh, plastiline is the representation of the barrier, and in the center we have the
Control
tower, the control tower, and we can see the different animals that are being held here. So, for example, here we can see that there's a cave with different spiders.
But the problem with the spiders is that because they have been moved from their like natural environment, one of them or most of them doesn't have legs, so they are not like in their like personal space. We also can see here like well, I don't know if you can see it here, but there's like small cameras.
So
Uh,
what we did is, as our natural reserve is mostly birds, what we did is to plant 2 fake birds, which is a duck and a chicken, and that is here and here, watching the house. That the house holds some of the birds inside. Uh, these are cameras that blend in with the nature, so that we can monitor the different processes and the different things that they are doing in the nights when the control tower is well, when the security guard is sleeping.
we also can see here, like in this little space, there is a bird, but it is not in like his habitat, no, because like the birds needs to be free and in the wild, but here we can see that well, he's in basically a cave or in a small house, like
Also,
not for his environment.
also here, I don't know if you can see it well, but here is a child, and another form of us, of people to getting to know us, is via different school trips or university trips. So we decided to represent that with a little girl here standing next to the control tower. So this way that we can raise awareness, so that the different people get to know our natural reserve. So yeah, that's basically our project, and we try to imitate the Minecraft world in here the best as possible, but we couldn't get to have the mountains or form of mountains, so we decided just to have a plain terrain.
Okay, I have a question for you. Are you listening?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I would like to know why did you select Chile since the species that you're saving are from Colombia, or where are
Okay.
the species from?
No, so
Israel,
let me
Chile?
explain again. The reason why we started this is because we saw how different species from Colombia were getting hurt. For example, hummingbirds and spiders. But this doesn't mean that the animals are from Colombia. That was like the initiative that gave us. However, this is like the first place that we're starting in it, but we're planning to have it on multiple places. So, for example, one in Europe, one in Asia, for specific animals of that habitats.
Also, like all these places are going to take into account the environmental, the environment of each animal. So, for example, we have not put like in Chile, we cannot put in the reserve like a whale, something like that. It needs to be something like some animals specific to the environmental that is Chile adapt.